a pleasure talking in front of all of you. It's a disparate population. We have guests, we have dignitaries, we have our Toastmasters, and this is the 200th meeting. So, okay, I'll begin my speech. This is an article written by Dr. Crane in 1922. Dr. Crane was a priest, and he spoke about rooms of life. So what he said, that there are people who have a lot of money, they have a lot of everything, they have houses of brick and mortar, they have a lot of rooms in it. But what keeps them unhappy is because their house of life is empty. What he meant by that all of us have desires, and then unhappiness is caused when we fail to gratify them, and that's what we believe. And for gratification of those desires, we need money. But that isn't true. Most of the people are unhappy because they don't have enough desires. So according to Dr. Crane, the first room in our life should be art. Now you ask, what is art? I already have so many desires and I cannot fulfill them. So why add one more desire to it? Because world is a beautiful thing, and God has created it very beautiful. So you should learn to appreciate the beauty in the paintings of Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dali, the scriptures of Raphael, the frescoes of Michelangelo. And that's one room in your house of life. The next one is letters. By letters, he means classic literature. The literature of Horace, the literature of Shakespeare, or anyone who came before us. Because a rich man is one who loves a library, not the one who owns it. The third room in the house of life, is music. I always believe that I wouldn't want to lie on my deathbed thinking that how beautiful the symphony of Bach would sound, the symphony of Beethoven, the fifth symphony and the magic flute of Mozart would sound. And the worst would be if I don't know any of them. Because music lifts your spirits, it feeds them, and then you become a little drunk. And now everyone knows what being a little drunk means. The fourth room in the house of life is outdoors, something which all city dwellers miss out on. Blinded by the city lights, we never dwell outside. We never venture outside, beg your pardon. We have not experienced the adventure of walking in the forest, the adventure, the joy of stargazing and feeling the fresh water from the pond. That's something which all of us miss out on. And if we do that, that adds something to our life. That adds a room to our life. The next room in the house of life, according to Dr. Crane, is religion. Now, most of the people I know of my age, they say that, I think it's something of a fashion or a trend that they say we don't believe in religion. For us, religion is something which, a means to know that whether we'll go up in smoke or whether we'll mingle with the dirt. That's all. But then, religion is a mean to talk to God, some higher energy. And you're depriving yourself of getting in touch with that higher energy. So when you say, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God, are you really an atheist? Be a religious, because that's our rightful inheritance. We inherit it. That's adding another house to the house of life. The next one is food. By food I mean the animalities as opposed to the spiritual and intellectual level. The sheer joy in going to work, the sheer thrill of working there, the sheer thrill of coming back to people and looking at their beautiful faces, your own family. Simple joys like touching silk, simple joys like feeling wind on your face while you drive to home. Now these are the simple joys which we must learn to appreciate, and that adds another room to the house of life. The next one, something which all of us dread and say that this is something which I don't like, is work. But then imagine life without work. Life without work would be boring. I once spent a day doing nothing because I was sick and I had nothing to do. And I had always been complaining. When I go to work, I complain it's boring, it's not what I want to do. But then at the end of it, when I spent that day, I felt no, work is much better. So maybe you find the work boring, but without work, your life would be miserable. So these are the sort of taste which every man must cultivate, the desires which every man must cultivate. Because poverty of taste is the biggest curse of all, and every man should have that. So when we are growing up, and maybe the children which come after us, we should teach them to have a taste and not cram them and impoverish them by giving them a lot of money. That's why I end my speech. Thank you.